Morning, everyone. Today we'll be out here working our claim, northwestern Nevada. It's a beautiful, beautiful early August morning. We're getting out here nice and early to beat that heat. Thankfully today it's only supposed to be about 92 degrees. This is definitely going to be better than it has been. It's been in the low hundreds lately. So we're going to be out here looking for amethyst crystals. We have a dig spot on our claim. We're going to get out here and hopefully find something good today. We left some good crystals undug last time. They were just too hard to extract. So we're going to make sure we got our backpack loaded with our tools and some food. Make sure you got some good gloves and a hat. Max here. You ready to get out there? He's got his pack. Carry some water for him and both Minnie and Ian. Definitely one thing I'd recommend if you're gonna get out, especially during the hotter months of the year, is to wear a nice pair of light, breathable pants. These are like khaki material. They've held up really well, as well as they tend to be called like a fishing shirt. They're very thin material, but they help keep the sun off of you. And you'd think that wearing long sleeves and pants when it's, upper 90s is going to be uncomfortable, but it's actually much better than the sun beating down on you all day long. And then make sure you've got yourself a good hat and some sunglasses and lots of water. We've got the 5-gallon, the 2-gallon. We've got a 1-gallon here and another 1-gallon frozen in the truck. And then we have about 80 ounces of water we're going to pack in. So lots of water. All right, let's get over there and see what we can find. So we're on our way over to our dig site. And this area has lots of pegamite veins, which is one of the things we're digging out right now. So on the way over here, we're always looking for material. And I don't know if we can get that. This piece of quartz has several small crystal formations on it. And it's really nothing special. But we're walking through. I'll leave this here so I can find it another day. But we're walking through looking for float that has pieces like that, because now in the future I may come in this general area here and do a little bit more exploration, poke around a little bit more, because clearly this piece came from somewhere around here, probably a little bit further up toward that little granite spire right there. But that's if you're out and about looking, that's exactly what you want to look for. You want to be looking for quartz and then picking up some of those pieces and seeing if they have flat sides or clear faceting or small crystal formations on them, because that's going to be a big clue to whether or not there's going to be more crystals in this general area. All right, so we've arrived at the dig site. So, little back history. My friend Serena and I discovered this area about a month ago. Once we found what was here, we went ahead and got a claim because we came across large amethyst crystals, some as big as 12 inches. I'll show some of those later in the video. So we found this area pretty much by chance. We were out rock hunting, and we actually only started the hobby of rock hunting back in March of this year. So we've only been doing this for about 6-7 months now. And we had come out to this region to go to a specific mine, and we went there early in the day, and then we kind of drove some of the back roads, and we're cruising around the back country here. And we found some crystal rods nearby here and ended up hiking around this hill. And basically, in this general area, we came across several small crystals. And so, whenever you come across a couple little crystals, you want to start digging some test holes and kind of like trying to see if there's more quartz and more crystal, maybe right underneath the soil. And so right in here, we ended up discovering a pocket, which was honestly pretty fantastic. We were pulling out, you know, nice 2 to 3 inch size crystals, and we were kind of working it up, and then right about in here, we kind of started coming across big 6, 8, 10 inch crystals, and then started into the purple. And so now we've spent a few weeks, and you can see we've kind of dug out this little trench here. This is the main vein that runs up this hill, and we're still pulling out good material all the way down. It's not as easy as the first layer of material, but as you can see, so this is a big old crystal we've got to work out, and this is a plate. Thanks, Max. And this is also another crystal. So we're gonna have to remove this big old piece of quartz though in the way to eventually keep going. But yeah, so this is a hobby we just picked up. Doing a little bit of filming now because it's gonna be windy this afternoon, and I'll probably be tired and more focused on the digging aspect of things. But we'll put up the tarp in 2 hours or so once the sun starts to kind of get up. It's still pretty nice now, mid 60s. But once that sun angle starts to get higher, we'll stake up the tarp so we got a little bit of shade. But we'll come back if we start finding any big crystals, and we'll see what that big one looks like when we get it out. Welcome back, everybody. Max is having fun. So we're digging down here a little bit lower, and we have definitely come across something. It's definitely a nice crystal. There's definitely multiple pieces here. I can't tell if they're separate. This one seems to be pretty large. There's a lot of mineral buildup on these. A lot of calcium-based and iron-based minerals. So a lot of the time, especially when they're in the ground still, they can be really hard to tell if it's one piece, what the piece is going to look like, because those minerals can really affect that. Here's a few pieces we've pulled out. A little hard to see. You can definitely see, let's see, this one was pretty good. This one's got a nice little twin head on the top. Boy, come on, there we go. Nothing spectacular though, a few decent pieces. But we're gonna get these out and see what they are. Alright, so we managed to get most of the stuff out. A lot of the material just ended up being some flat-sided quartz. Nothing super special. But we did get a few decent crystals out of there. It's pretty small on average for this pocket so far. The interesting thing is, and I'm still learning about geology, so the pocket was mostly in this area, and we seem to have hit a little bit of a pinch point right here. But that's good, I think, because right here, the pocket reopened all the way up to the front there. And at the front, there's kind of another pinch point. So I'm hoping that if we go just a little bit beyond that, the pocket should resume. So hopefully this is supposed to be a vertical vug, which I've been told could be potentially great. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so extraction is coming very slowly, but as you can see, this is a very nice crystal. This I'm entirely unsure about, though it looks like a big one, and that looks like a plate. So the ground is very solid, a lot of matrix in here, So it's a slow go. It's very slow go. Welcome back, everybody. We managed to get it out. As you can see, it looks like it formed off the matrix right here. And so that's the main crystal. Very large. It's very covered in material. I'm having a hard time telling if it's going to be clear or purple. So this one we might not be able to find out till we get home. But got it out of there. Now we just got to get the rest of those out. So we got the tarp up. Gives us a little shade. The wind is probably going to be an issue though. Basically we just got some PVC pipe holding up a tarp. Keeps it nice and shady down in here though. So we pulled out a few. Most interesting one is this one. Looks to be a very large double termination of some sort. It's very hard to get a good idea of what this crystal looks like though, just because of the level of material coating it. A very interesting piece. This will look good, hopefully cleaned up. This one, I am not sure. There's definitely sides and some terminations, but I am very unsure about this one, as well as this piece. It has some sides suggesting it might be, but it had a very large crack in it. So I don't know. Some of these are just gonna have to wait till we get home to get them cleaned up, see what they look like. All right, everyone, we're gonna pack it up for the day. Pulled down the tarp, cleaned up camp. Did quite a bit of digging today. The winds, you can probably hear it really good on camera. So we made some progress today here in this main pocket. As you can see, we're gonna have to leave behind some of this material. This right here is a large plate with crystals. I believe that one is. I know that's also a plate. This, I'm not 100% on what it is, though there's several heads. I think it's multiple heads and faces growing out of a matrix piece. It's proven very, very difficult to extract. The ground here is very difficult. Lots of material in the ground, so making headway has been really slow. We did get a few good pieces out today, but we're also gonna have to get rid of this blockage or consider trying to move up above it. We made a little bit of progress getting underneath, so I'm hoping a little bit more there, and we can maybe get this big old piece of quartz. It's just a solid chunk of quartz. Now, I'm still very much an amateur on this, but what it appears is that blockage up there is kind of a choke point. There's been several similar. There was one kind of right here. I believe there's one right here. But then today, digging, we found two more. One right here and then one on the back end where the quartz sort of juts across and closes off the pocket. So I'm kind of hopeful because basically definitely had a good sized pocket in this zone, another good sized pocket here, and then of course we're still working material out of that very front one. So the hope is not only will it continue up the hill, but also down into the hill. So the deeper we dig, we should be able to find more pockets. We may also try going down as well. We'll probably keep working backward from this one and just keep pushing our way down and see if we find more material. But we're hoping that the vein continues downward for, who knows, I've been told up to 80 feet potentially it could go down. So, fingers crossed. Some of that material up front looks pretty promising, and we did pull out several very nice sized crystals today. When I get home, we'll get them cleaned up and give you guys a look.